Well, my old tiller finally sprung a leak. Right here. So I'm assuming there's a seal in here that's bad. I tell you what, for as cheap as this thing seems to be built, this is a 2012 model. I bought it brand new. And I have absolutely beat this thing every year. And it just never let me down till now. I looked all over on the internet. I could not find a video of replacing this seal. This is a John Deere 647. It's about wore off. There's still a 7 left. 647 tiller. There is not a video on this. So I'm gonna attempt to video it and see how it goes. I know my tines are a little worn, but still does really well. I've put in a lot of food plots with this thing. All right, let's dig into it, see what happens. Got to get this case off. Should be a chain behind there. And hopefully I don't have to pull. I don't know. Kind of nervous. Hopefully I don't have to pull the whole tiller apart to replace a seal. We'll see. I do know one thing. I don't think I'm going to be putting... Oh, shit. Excuse my language. Got lucky on that one. That almost got messy. Thought I had a couple more bolts to take out. All right, 11 years I've never seen in here. What does it look like? Oh, I need to try not to rip that gasket. It's an expensive one. I don't know if I just got a odd tiller or what, but I did see some of the chains on some videos. And they didn't look near as beefy as this one. Man, I can't believe how good a shape that chain's in. Sprocket looks brand new. That sprocket looks brand new. I'm impressed. I really don't get the chain guide much though. I guess it works, but a little bit rough around the edges. Why don't you look at this chain? I mean, look at that. Still super tight. Sprockets look like, I mean, brand new. I mean, it all looks like brand new. This has got some wear on it, but to me that's easily acceptable. It just wears in and it rolls on the rollers in the chain. I don't know. The chains I've seen online don't look near that beefy. I've always been worried about breaking that because I've seen them break. Well, I've seen videos of them break, but you don't know what you would have to do to break that chain. Let's pull it off. Easy peasy. Three washers. And the tensioner. It's got some wear right here, but I mean, looks really good. Definitely take that and deburr it a little bit. Washer. I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off too. Go ahead and slide the hole. Okay, just so we know, the top snap ring is bigger. Calling this the top. And the washer, a little thinner, a little bigger. I should just be able to grab that and slide it off there. Just like, just like that. Two washers fell off something. That washer is slightly bigger. I'm gonna say both these came off this side. Well, back at it today. See if we can get this thing pulled apart. I think 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 bolts. I think I can pull this apart. Well, that sucks. For some reason, my camera decided it didn't want to video anymore. So, pretty much this was on here like this. Took those 4 bolts out right there, pulled it off. It's aggravating. I've never had this camera stop videoing before. So what I'm trying to get to is the seal. It's right behind here. Which in my head I thought I would just pull straight off. It's pulling off there nicely, but I don't know. Well, act like it just freed up. I don't know why that bearing would be pressed onto there, but I guess it is. There we go. We have made it to the seal. Seems like it's somewhat pressed on for the last maybe ½ inch or so. The good thing is the bearing feels good. Got to get this seal. Sorry. This seal. That bearing's just held in there by paint. A little bit of paint, or maybe it's stuck on this. Trying to get this off without ruining it. Maybe I can make a new one. Like I said, it's $150 for the seal or the gasket kit. Alright, let's take this into the workbench. Lights on. So I just grabbed a socket. It'll fit in here, go past the seal, sit on that bearing. So you just give it a couple taps. There we go. Okay. Here's the bearing. The bearing feels good, looks good. Glad I don't have to replace it. It's actually not really all that expensive compared to the gasket sets, 150 bucks. I think each one of these bearings are 45. Man. I would replace it, but I mean, it feels absolutely perfect. It ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. See if this will work. The seal's already bad, right? So can't really hurt that much. I don't want to mess up this surface, so I'll lay something on it. Something down and give that a little smack. It's moving. Let's take a look at it before we drive it all the way out. What stops it? Oh, I know where to stop. Kind of don't. There's no actual lip there. We just consider that rest line. Just when I put it back, I'll just go to the rest line. Really surprised there's not more protection around this, because about the worst thing that happens is you'll get a bunch of grass or weeds and stuff that'll wrap up around here. I think that's what ultimately ruined this seal, but didn't really see anything in there. All right, putting the old tiller back together. I gotta get this bearing tapped on in there. Get something to hit that with. A piece of wood right here. Use it. Oh, that's not good. Use something different. Doesn't feel like it's all the way on there. Guess when I bolt it up, Guess I should probably stop hitting it now. I think that's all the way. I think so. It gets expensive. And they're really thin, so I'm thinking this will work. That one. Needs to come out about 60 thousandths or so. Alright, I've noticed something. Keep this in mind. I've got same size washers on the OD. These two washers are thinner. I bet you these go on this side. These two washers are thicker. Let's try that. Put a thin one on. Two thick ones down here. Might be on to something. Might just be on to something. Boy, I'm telling you, if that's the case, there's some, no joke, serious precision going on. I'm talking thousandths of an inch difference. That is just about fully engaged. Holy mackerel. That is highly precise. I'm talking within like 10 thousandths. Amazing. I never would have thought that would have been that tight. I mean, absolutely fits perfect. See if we can get the bottom one on. Pretty sure the bottom one had a thick one and a snap ring. Keep that in mind when you pull it apart. The washers are different. And it does make a huge difference. Look at that. Snapped right into place. Now I did say I was going to deburr this. This is the chain tensioner. I'm gonna knock a little bit of that off. Where's that? Right here. It's got a little burr on the edge. I'm just gonna hit that with a grinder real quick. I don't think it needs it, but I don't like having burrs on things. Yeah, it looks a little better. Got it cleaned up. And it just sits in there like that. It's a very crude design, but seems to work great. Okay, just reviewed the video, and all 3 washers were on the outside. Ow. And I'm glad I videoed that. Three washers on the outside, no washers on the inside. And it did have that gap right there. So, let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. I think it's ready for the outer cover. We'll be done. Okay, it's all back together. We're done. That's it. Hope you learned something, because I sure did. See you on the next one.